But have you all faced clients like, they come up with a Pinterest image and like, no, Sanam, we want this only.
This happens every day with us. Every day with us. Gar.
I love you. Lot can happen over
A coffee has happened a lot for us.
Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Guide Know Your Architect / Designer. It is truly an exciting news. We are shooting our first episode in Pune, and I'm even more excited to start off with the power packed duo, Ajinkya sir and Sanam. They are the founders and principal architects of Infinity, and on the couch, of course, we can't forget the director of Luxe Surfaces. We have Sharan with us. So I'm going to quickly start this podcast by asking a simple question to you guys. How are you feeling today?
All good, all well. Just as routine days going on. Little nervous because sitting here. The camera focuses on us, so little nervous.
Okay. So how are you all feeling today?
Great, nice and comfortable.
First podcast, or have you all done these kind of shoots?
We have done couple of.
Yeah, but it's been long now. Yeah.
Okay. So to understand your journey, how was your childhood like?
I think I come from a Gujarati family
Oh, okay.
where that moment female were not really given education also. So for me the basic education was also a fight, and doing a career was very opinionated for people that time. I don't think my family would have understood me that time, but today of course they are very proud of me. I had a lot of struggles even to do my basic education, then I doing a career.
What did you study?
I studied commerce plus interior designing. It was a bit of, not bit, but quite a, understanding, make people understand, especially my family members, because we lived in a joint family.
Okay.
And choosing interior designing or designing firm was always because I had that design, the passion for the design always.
This is while you were doing commerce?
Yes, because at that same time when I was doing commerce, when I entered my 11th standard, we were getting separated from our family. We were making a new house.
Oh,
So that is
nice.
when designing came into, because I was doing commerce and there was really nothing in my mind to go ahead with the designing. But that making my house, and when I could feel the experience, I thought if I can be a designer, I really could give a good experience, hassle-free experience. And I had that passion when I was seeing the house making. So I thought that actually came in my mind because I have seen CAs and doctors around me, and I was
Yeah.
lawyers around me, and I decided that so not me. I cannot go with those big books. So I always wanted to go in some design industry.
Something
And
creative.
yeah, and I think luckily my house was also going, so that made me more work towards designing, and I think that is how I wanted to be interior design.
Anyone from your family is in this podcast?
No one.
So you were the first one from the family.
That's why I'm telling you, that time also they used to feel what designing is not
Correct.
another career.
Career.
And because there used to be family functions, and these
Right.
people
Yeah.
used to come, they said, doctor aa sakte hain, and why can't you come? Doctors can make it, lawyers can make it, and what are you making big fuss about you being a designer, because of course that was my initial period of designing and struggling. But I know now, there's a difference. Now people also look after us and says that we want to be like our daughter want to be like you. But that moment it was not like that.
Right.
That's true.
It was always my passion. My drawing was very good when I was in a school. So I did my elementary and intermediate exams of drawings, and always wanted to do something in creativity or a field of architecture or interior. But again, the challenge was no one was knowing about I'm talking about 1999 when I passed out. So no one was knowing about this whole interior designing or architecture can create more this thing. And my whole family was not completely aware of this whole business or the what can be the possibilities in future, especially related to architecture and interior designing. So I taken after my 12th, I taken my civil engineering thing, and I was doing my part-time interior designing from Pune, the Ferguson College, that Jagannath Rathi Institute. And one of my father's friend was behind that. You should do interior designing. It's going to be a future in next 10 years, and a lot of people will enjoy. And that is somehow probably I taken an admission after my first year of BE Civil. I taken an admission in interior design.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Civil
So,
engineering
and interior designing. I mean,
both
yeah,
of
it
that.
correlates.
And in 1999, even your BE Civil or anything, the salary was like
It took
probably
peanuts.
peanut. 1,200 rupees was the salary for a BE Civil freshers,
Correct.
and the interior designers, there was no salary only at all.
Yeah.
So that's how I
true.
started, bro.
I think your projects
That-
and all also live up to it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like her designing, his
Yeah.
drawing.
Yeah.
I think that tagline suits you guys. We would love to know, where did you guys meet? How did you guys clicked together?
Yeah.
Oh.
How did this connection
How did this
start?
connection, the power couple, started?
So basically, I used to work with him initially, in initial days of my career. So we both were working together. And as we were working together, we got to know each other and we fall in for love for each other.
And lot can happen over,
Over
a
a
coffee.
coffee has happened a lot for us.
So that's where it started off, like over a cup of coffee and a lot of drawings.
Yeah.
Cup of coffee, lot of
I
coffee.
think both our passion towards the work was so much that we, as an individual, we were very attracted to each other. And that's today. I think today also we can feel that passion is still there. It's not like we are not that couple. Go home and how much you're working and you don't have time for me. I am on the site night 2 o'clock and he is at home at times. So it's opposite, but we don't have that complaints because I think we really understand each other.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find that.
Yeah,
balance.
exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you all connect? अगर आप side पे होते हो, so then how do you all manage?
No,
the
I think we
project?
both are working on an individual side, so we both are
Okay.
really
we
very
work
happy.
on separate projects, so
That's very
that's
clearly
the best.
mentioned.
Otherwise, till today must have World War V.
Yeah.
So you all take up projects individually and then you all come together.
Yeah, we do take help
Yeah,
of
of
each
course,
other.
we do take
We
help.
do discuss the project. We do
Yeah,
discuss
we
the
do
concept.
go each other's sides. It's not
Sometimes
like
some
that.
detailing,
Yeah.
some new material coming in, or some new material we wanted to try it on some projects. We do discuss with what is your
Yes,
experience with this material,
exactly.
what is your experience with this particular
Or
contractor
if I feel
a
that I really
vendor.
need a help, I really ask him if he needs a help. It's not like that, but we keep it a little different so that when we go home, there's no fights or no arguments on it.
So how do you differentiate between your work profile and your personal life? Because since you both are together,
So I'll tell you, initially it was not like this. Initially, when we got married, we used to talk about work home. And then we realized that this cannot work because we used to have arguments on that. So we decided, even if you want to discuss something of work, we'll take each other's time on the week time. We'll ask our EA or our PA to, get a time for each other and talk on a particular project. But once you are home, we are not talking about it.
So we
That
are
is
very
very clear.
cutthroat professional in between 9 to 7 in the morning, and
yeah,
काम
post
के
7
बातें.
we don't.
post seven you
yeah.
don't
discuss,
talk
yeah.
about work at all.
But then you also enjoy,
Yeah,
it's
that's
a little
what,
bit
because-
because tomorrow, next day you also again going to go and talk and
the
do the
same
same
thing,
thing.
yeah.
So
Do
we
it too much
decided-
otherwise.
Yeah.
Correct. Because that is, I think, in today's world, it is very important.
Yeah, it's very
that you
important.
need to keep your work life and your
Yeah.
professional life
Yes,
separate.
yes,
And
yes.
for you guys, like it's been, you work in the same culture, same office. More difficult. I mean, you can't stop yourself at home.
Yeah.
While, अच्छा ये रह गया था मैं शायद पूछ लूँ. The urge to talk.
Out of 10 times, it does happen once or
Yeah.
twice in a month, but yeah, not.
But
we
no
don't,
major
we don't take
discussions.
work
Like,
home.
yeah,
for sure.
no major discussions. It's just excitement if something has come up really well. That's of course you share with your husband, but nothing more than that with your partner. Like we are not discussing our problems, or we are not discussing that something has happened today,
Yeah.
and going home and you don't want to discuss about it because at being in a business industry, you're going to have your bad days and good days.
Of course.
But then we've chosen it that we'll keep it really very clear because it has to be end. The cycle has to end. Otherwise, there's no end. Yes, right.
So you can say that you all have work-life balance.
Yeah, totally. You should see us after 7. You should meet us.
You guys are then totally a different.
Different personality.
Tell us something about Infinity. What is Infinity like?
We started Infinity on 7 July 2002.
Okay.
So we are almost like 22 years old
Oh,
company
wow.
now.
Just
Yeah.
recently.
Just 3,
Yeah.
4 days,
Yes.
5 days back.
Right.
That's nice.
We are 20. We just completed 22 years of Infinity. So for us, design is thinking little out of the box, creating a unique experience for the customers we have to make sure that the person's personality should be reflected out of whatever we are doing for that person, by understanding that family, that particular person, his lifestyle and
Correct.
everything, and to make sure that we are doing a justification to that entire job, not only by using a very expensive materials, or not by doing only a good thing, but doing something timeless, doing something, as he said, hassle free, creating something which is so unique that even tomorrow somebody wanted to replicate it, it should not be that easy to
And I
do.
would also emphasize that our plus points are not only designing.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if you see our project, every project looks different.
Yeah, it is.
Correct.
But we are more into when the clients goes, we hand over the site. Our rule is simple: the client should only call us for lunch or dinners. They should not
Yeah.
call us for your this has broken, because we really put a lot of input what goes inside the house, like plywood ke piche kya ja raha hai. We are not focusing on only design. That's
Only
not our
design.
aspect, because
Like,
now we feel after so many years design is it's going to happen naturally with it's a DNA, it's our DNA
Yeah.
now. It's not like we're sitting and thinking lot much of designing, but we always think that it has to be practical and functional with beauty blend is very important for
I
us.
think nowadays people prefer more towards the hotel type of vibe and all. But when I see your page, it's
How home has to be home, because you can
Yeah.
always go spend time in the hotels and come back, but home you have to have that feeling. So each project is different, and every project we are putting a lot of effort. It's not like it's this is a bigger project or this is a smaller project. Nothing like that. Yeah, every project is our baby, and we really enjoy it.
that's
that's
nice.
nice. So, what is the process you go through when a client walks in or they approach you? So, what is the basic process what you follow with the client?
We wanted to show them. We have made a lot of systems, SOPs, that you have to follow. Like we first understand the client. We understand where the house is. We want to spend some time with the client. So basically, we understand how the character of the client is. See, for example, if the client is like we are doing the bungalow in Nasik, they are 65, 70 years old, and we're making two bungalows for brothers,
Two real brothers.
two real brothers. So there's no point, we cannot use, because they have daughters and all are married.
Oh,
So
Oh.
only that is 30,000 square feet one bungalow, and only those old people are going to stay there. So first we have to understand that, because I just cannot start designing just because it's a bigger project and it's a nicer project, and So first we understand the client, their requirement. Now as elderly people, they've given us some guidelines. So any client comes, we understand if a younger couple, how many people are there in the house, are they planning for the babies? So that way we, like for example,
Frequency of their guests,
Yeah.
probably their lifestyle, their businesses. Do they host friends at
Friends at
home?
home, yeah.
How they host friends at home?
Correct.
What nature of party they do at home?
Oh,
In
you're
what time
so
they
in
Yeah,
depth.
that if they
in
have a
what
pet,
time they
if they
do
have
the
a
parties?
grandparents,
Correct.
you give a nursing bed to them, because you
Oh,
have to think about the
nice.
future. You cannot just think
Panic
about right now.
switches, like lot of things are there which we need to probably consider
Basically
Yeah.
while we
when
plan.
the client comes, we understand first that important thing, their lifestyle basically, and how many people are going to stay, and then we show them our projects. Literally, we do not show them anything on the pictures. We go live, whatever. If it's a bungalow, we try to show them a bungalow. If there's a flat, we try to show them 2, 3 flats, so they understand. Basically, not about designing, we're talking about the practicality of the house. So, as you're talking about the process is when they come in, we show them. Then we do the planning of the house. We take the measurements, we do the planning of the house. Once the planning is done, we show them the presentation. Presentation is what? If this is your living room, the basic images,
Vibes basically,
vibes
how vibes
from
is house.
from your house for living room, we can give them 4, 5 images, and that particular time we do a WhatsApp group where my designers are and my execution team is involved, and we ask them whatever you want, you put it today from the Pinterest or from Instagram. So one of all, what happens, you have done half of your thing, they even edit the ACs and and those are not in their pictures. But then we have to tell them ki, whatever it is, let's do a week. We are going to give you some images, you give us some images, and let's close down. We don't give images, we just give some references to them. And then we close down, and after that we try and avoid any images or entertaining them on that particular image thing, because we have understood with our experience that it is endless. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That with the experience, we have understood that we have to also stop it. But we cannot, because it's your own house. You know, you're excited for the first time you're making. We are doctors of your house. So let us also, you know, explore, and we know what are we going to give you. Little bit of, you know, trust. And I think with the process, we achieve their 60-70% of trust, you know. Not till the end, of course, it's 100%. But in the process, because the process is so hassle free for them, you know what, we will go to the site, my engineer will be on the site, they'll send the pictures. You know, today the carpenter people are 10 people are there. Today 2 painter people are there, electrician,
So
so many
we
people
don't
are
only
there.
design, we probably
Exactly.
create a entire like easiest way to manage that project without even having a project management consultancy. But we try to do it purely hassle free in terms of both the ends. From the
Correct.
client side also, they are getting all the information, real information at the real time progress of the project. At the same time, we also get to know like whether we are lacking behind, so for related to some drawings, some decisions, or some material availability. So we are very much on a one common platform where we are trying to create too much of trust between the client and the architect's team, and even trust, and I can say more of a transparency.
I mean, you guys are the first one I'm listening to who does this. I've
Yeah,
always seen
in
in
depth.
construction. I mean, you guys will be
So
well
that's
aware.
what, when you ask what is the USP of Infinity, I told you we put in a lot of hard work, because see, now for example, if I am designing a house, like we are designing house, it's not only 1 or 2 houses, maybe 40, more than 40 projects. So it's very difficult if you don't have the good SOPs, you know, on the board. But our systems are very clear. Everyone has to follow those systems.
You know what we try to do in throughout our infinity projects, whether it is the architecture or interior projects, we are doing some projects we are doing in, say, probably in Aurangabad, something we are doing in
Nasik,
Mumbai, or doing in Nashik, or we are doing somewhere in Solapur, or we are doing something in
Dubai also.
Baramati or Dubai. What we try to do is we try to get all the team, whether the new contractor or old contractors, we try to get them on the one system, on one platform where the communication should be a ease.
I think that's the best part what you guys do, because I've seen this culture only in construction where they send, okay, एक slab हो गया तो photo भेजो customer को.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, each client of ours has become more than a friend or family, because the experience what they have now. Like now, I think last Saturday only when I met my client, he's like, I'm so happy. We are making his house
In
and
Pune.
in Pune, and his 2 houses has made by some other architects. I'm so proud of you people, because I've seen the systems what you follow. It's like a hassle free. They're continuously traveling for work or for holidays, but they know the work is happening here.
Minute to minute updates if they get.
Exactly.
Like if I get a WhatsApp every day,
Yeah.
okay, this work is going on, so many number of people are there. So I'll be like, if I'm a client to you guys, I'll be more satisfied.
Yeah, they're more happy that, okay, you're trying to show us the true picture.
So
Because
basically,
at the time of, as I said, Diwali is there, or some functions are there, festivals are there. So this time labor is not there. So we literally put it that labor absences, like it's not like 0 absences, but agar if there's 75 laborers at a go working on one of my project, you can see only 30 of them because they have gone on holiday. But we tell them the labor picture. You can come, they can visit any time, but they know the fact.
we are the only firm those who are having like more than 50-60 people on board for interior designing supervisors, or probably
Yeah.
managing something in the back end called purchase helping, or getting the entire purchase streamlined, to getting understanding the long lead item, the short lead items, and making sure the kind of material what we specified or selected should be reaching on the site in time, without creating any kind of fuss between the vendor, the developer, or the builder, or a supplier, or and reaching on the time on site and getting it fitted. So we actually do a very micro level and macro level planning in throughout the system,
And through the experiences, we keep on adding things.
by understanding what is going on the site, and creating lot of organizational process assets and learning from each and every site whenever we finish that. So we create a slack list, we understand what are the shortcoming on the site, where we went wrong, rather than somebody's coming and telling us. Sometimes we do put contractors blacklisting, we do some vendor
Vendors
blacklisting,
blacklisting. We
some
do that.
brands we don't work
Yeah.
with again, because if they are giving us a pain while ordering, even after sell service or post sell service, we have faced some couple of challenges.
That's very interesting that someone puts in a lot of effort
Right.
and it reflects in all your projects.
Of
Like we have
course.
been gone through your Instagram since
Very
couple
vocal,
of days.
But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like if you ask any of my clients also,
Huh.
we are not even 20% on our media, social media. Because
Oh.
we,
Okay.
frankly, we both are so busy into everything. And
Correct.
secondly, somehow I don't know, I cannot, or we both cannot, pretend. It's
Ah.
not something now, even if we get the client now,
Yeah.
Right.
mostly the client is, we are done with the one work, and if the client has already given us,
Second
10
More
work.
work,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Already
Yeah.
given us on the platter because they're so happy with
Happy with the
everything.
designing
So
and
I know that we are lacking on that media
I
part.
don't think so.
But no, even if my client tells me that, dude, you guys are really doing so well. You're
Yeah.
not putting anything on the Instagram. I said, maybe we are not
No,
that
I
much.
think it's more real and less of
Yeah,
reality.
yeah,
Reality.
that has.
And this is a probably a era last probably 1.5 year.
Right.
Most of the designers, architects,
evolved into
the
हाँ.
brands,
reels
and
and
everybody's
सब
coming on the
social media
reels.
पे है.
But yeah, I think this will fade away in couple of years. No, because see, understand one thing: when you want to do a reel, or probably we are doing a podcast, it's a lot of effort, right? If you given me some script and I'm reading that script and I'm just reading out the answers, it is not going to be real. What is happening because of all this social media and all this experience has been created on the social media, the overall interior designers and the interior designing fraternity or this business entirely is taking a different turn only.
Yeah, that's true.
So guys are too busy in only making reels and
Yeah.
posting the
If you
videos, and
see
they are missing the whole crux of
the entire living
site
room, में से
visits,
the focus is.
processes, SOPs, strategies, systems.
so that is the reason even we have this kind of a podcast where we are connecting with architects and knowing
Yeah.
more about the architects, so that the young people, whoever is following you or aspiring to be
Yeah.
like you guys, so they understand the nitty-gritty and reality.
As we move ahead, I think we would like to clear a lot of things for the upcoming designers.
Yeah. We are very much on one page on this, like whoever, so one is doing like interior designing or want to be an interior designer, or somebody just going to pass out probably next month, or they are going to get results probably last month or something. I personally feel they, or me and Sanam, or at Infinity, what we do is, the any fresher is coming or something, we try to make them understand this entire business first.
Yes.
Okay. Second thing, we try to make them a very good learner and observer. Because till today, probably me, Sanam, we do attend every Saturday. We do call new material and workshops at the office, where we do sit with the entire staff together to understand that new material, new technology. There are every day there are 10,
Yeah, yeah.
10 new things are coming down. That is one of the thing which we avoided all the Saturday half days. And every Saturday half day we do this learning. Then we do a market survey.
Sometimes we go to the showrooms.
We divide, like Sanam has done this, like she divided the entire office in 4-5 groups, where we try to develop their entire personality. Those are working with us. So from their physical well-being till probably
Spiritual.
their spiritual well-being. So our office is probably, we start, it's an 8-hour working. So we start at 10:30 and we close the office at 6:35. So 8 hours including the lunchtime.
Wow.
Okay. But we start the day with the meditation. We do with a different type of meditation.
Their personal phones are kept in
outside.
HR's cabin.
Yeah.
Example, we are sitting in the studio and I'm talking about, I'm doing a party. That female is feeling, boss, I'm not doing anything, but her concentration other than work is going on. So of course, again, as I say, that we have learned with our experience and we are growing. So there are a lot of people who come and they say, no, we do not follow this rule. I said, if you cannot follow the rule, you cannot join Infinity. Because see, to reach somewhere, this has to be discipline. As if you have seen Virat Kohli's interviews, he always keeps on saying, I do the same thing, even it's boring. So it's meditation. Initially when we started, they were denied mode.
How do you
Meditations.
handle Gen Zs if you have freshers and interns coming in?
See, you have to have one-to-one talk with them. Like once when I see that there is an issue that maybe the child is really little slow, or that that girl is little not paying
Fast.
attention,
Yeah.
or something, then one-to-one session is very important. Because I have always seen that this Gen Zs now, they are emotionally very invested, but So all the time they are not focused. Basic problem is of focusing. They don't know where they have to reach. After 3 months, I think we personally do that with a lot of our, even we want them to grow, right? It's not like, because I don't want, I always keep on telling him 2 साल हो गए and if she's not, or her, he or she is not learning anything, अपना नुकसान नहीं है, तो उनका नुकसान है, because that's the early stage of their career. You cannot pay attention to all of
all
them.
the
Right.
employees. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I think it's really,
Corporate culture in our office, probably we have HR, we have purchase, we have assistant purchase, we have follow-up guys, we have estimation team, we have team of architects, we have in-house 3D
Landscape
designing, we have
designer.
landscape designing, we have in-house RCC designing,
Vastu
we have
consultant.
architectural. So we have everything at one way. But for the new generation, what I wanted to tell them, that they have to understand where their interest and their passion is lying, and what they exactly wanted to do, and how to achieve that particular goal in the kind of time they have, whether they're working with us or whether they're working in someone else's office. Yeah, that's completely different. But I personally feel all these new generation people, they're too they think that, okay, they find some nice images, they have some nice
Yeah,
tools
that
to
is
present,
the issue.
and after presenting they feel that they can be a great interior designer. But when they don't know, when you fail at the start now, you don't get up again and you cannot run faster. So if you taken a time, if you have a patience, you learn through the whole process what to do, what not to do, how this office is handling this, how much team I required, and also I think they should wait. They should at least minimum. I have complete a very strong suggestion for everybody. They should at least work for minimum 3 years.
Yeah, minimum 3 years.
Even if the government can do something in this, I think they should minimum do a 3 years of training. Post their 3 years of experience, they should minimum have one or two mentors, one in designing, one in execution, or one for the business, and then they should do a business after 5 years only.
But do you
So-
think it's only passion, or the education system is also?
I would also want to add, when you were saying, I wanted to add that,
Yeah.
that it's, of course, it's about passion, but with that, I also want to tell that, don't stick to I love design, because when you stick to that, it's going to ruin your own
Career.
project and your career both. Because what happens, see, if I am into designer and you have come to me and you want me to do your house, you will have your own opinions. I cannot keep on denying you. Somewhere I have to satisfy you by saying this, that okay, I'm accepting this, but this practically cannot be done. So what happens, what I have seen is, the designers nowadays, they just see a lot of images and they try to copy. They don't see any practicality कि अगर ये है तो इधर धूल है, तो ये कैसे साफ होगा, how gap रख रहे हो तुम 2 इंच का, तो how are anybody going to go and clean that gap? So it's as if practicality is very important. Just don't stick to I love design. We have done the projects, like in month of April, I think we've handed over 9 projects.
Wow.
We're not even bothered, and I've seen the people taking pictures and doing the edition for that pictures, and they're spending their time. It's not a problem of doing it or not doing it. I said, can we focus on something else? Like, of course, even we take pictures. We call our photographer, bhai, photos le le.
Correct.
Okay, because we also want to put
Right.
something
Obviously,
on social media. But I feel they are so focused on that, that it should look good on social media. But what about reality?
No,
The
what they're
reality is not
doing,
there.
while they're doing the photo shoot, they get all the stylists, all these visual merchandisers. Post the photo shoot, again the house looks like
Right.
very blunt
Wapas
and plain. Yeah, completely
Yeah.
opposite.
So if we are making the house, we put the crockery also. We go with the client. I myself will go, I'll buy the crockery and put it. Because I know the bed covers is very important. I said daily you'll use this set. Even in anyone comes, the house should look, you are spending on it. It's not about you telling us that, we have done it. It's about you spending so much. You should like it.
Correct. Getting to the Gen Z's part, what do you think
Yeah.
all about AIs and the new tools
Yeah.
which has come into the
I
picture?
think you all have been doing
You-
sketching
yeah.
and drawings,
So-
and now
How it correlates to you or your
See, I think like whether it is AI, whether it is AR, and whether it is whatever softwares are going to come in this market, I don't think so. The real creativity and the real talent, or the creativity cannot take over by any AI or any AR or any new digital era. Probably another things will come.
They
up
can
in
make
next
things
6-7 months.
easier and faster. Okay, for makers client to understand the thing, but they cannot be replaced.
correct. So the design basically can't be replaced. with
No,
these types.
creativity, design,
yeah.
observation skills, absolutely.
Practicality with with beauty, जो blend होता है, that cannot be blended with any of the new technology.
I agree, I think. Now, but a lot of people use
Yeah.
these kind of tools.
That can help you to understand what colors you want, but what basic I have to do, I have to do. That cannot be.
It's a good reference.
That's a good
but-
reference just to understand how the color combination can
A
look
reference
good.
of probably what the client is liking out of that image.
Yeah.
That also at that level we have to
Yes.
understand. So once
Yeah,
once
of
you're going to
course.
see your house, you're going to see it in a 5D or 6D. You can see it in a 3D, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot merge that whole house, or it will not blend in the entire context of that property or a context of that room or context of that bungalow, and that's we try avoiding all that.
But have you all faced clients like, they come up with a Pinterest image and you're like, no, Sanam, we want this only.
So this happens every day with us. Every day with us. So कभी-कभी technical knowledge थोड़ा ज़्यादा ज्ञान बांट के
So
have
how
to
do you say no to them?
see no directly. That's what I even teach my my team also. Cannot be no rudeness नहीं आ सकता because ultimately that's their house is sentimental. That at the time I have to tell them कि see if husband wife is doing the house with me, I tell okay तू आजा, I will discuss with you with comfort, and then I have to give them the gyan of the time period they are taking, and sort of practically I have to explain them. Then I tell them, see, you already seen my work. If you are going to do this, I will do it, but I'm not sure how it's going to look it.
But how many changes do you all implement?
That's why I told you the Pinterest images are only allowed till a certain time.
We are okay with kind of things happening probably before the 3Ds or before conceptualizing
Yes.
or on the drawing level.
So they get quite a good time for that.
Yeah, but last 22 years on any project we have not done any kind of major breakage or major issues
that
related
cannot.
to any kind of thing. We are
Design,
very
as
strong when
designing
it
is
comes to
concerned, yeah.
services. We are very strong when it comes to the way we fitting up the ACs. We are very strong how the way we are doing the plumbing and testing. We are too much into a hardcore level of see, designing is undoubtedly a core like core strength of ours, but at the same time
But that's not
doing
the
that
only focus.
implementation at a right way in the right methodology is also very important.
And that's where I think you get,
Yeah.
since 22 years you're there in this industry and you have been growing every year with a lot of people. I mean, that SOPs
wood.
and your methodology has given you this steps ahead.
No, we trained so many good contractors, and now
Yeah.
like probably we can say after 22 years, like we have the set of contractors that probably no designer or architect has ever been made. Like the kind of waterproofing guys,
Even the vendors,
our
you can
vendors,
say.
the way we develop them, and the way they help us grow together. So it's a very big teamwork or a team effort.
Yeah.
Because of that, we are here after 22 years.
Okay, so we move to another segment called the Whisper Challenge. It is a competition between you two who wins the hamper.
Oh, that's nice.
So you all will be given a set of words. One of you all will be having earphones with loud music, and the other person has to say the word and you have to lip read it.
Chandelier. Chandelier.
You can say it loud because you can't.
Chandelier.
Hey,
Chandelier.
You can't.
Accent wall.
Artistic wall.
Close.
Artist. Wall.
Accent.
Wallpaper.
Accent. Accent wall.
Go slow.
Accent.
Artist. Wall.
Accent wall. Scandi. Scandi. Try. Scandi.
I couldn't do a lip reading only of yours.
Scandi.
Say the whole word.
Scandi. Car.
I.
Gar.
I love you. कब आना मेरे को?
Mood.
Booth.
Mood.
Hoop.
Mood. Mood.
Fool.
Mood board. Mood
Full.
board.
Say it slow.
Mood board. Mood.
मैं बहुत बैड है एकदम से.
It's easy यार, try तो करो. Neon. Neon.
क्या है?
Neon. Neon.
He's trying to.
Neon.
Call.
Neon. Neon.
Recall.
Neon. Neon. Try तो करो यार.
बहुत ही मुश्किल वर्ड दिया यार तूने.
एकदम से
Tent.
नहीं बोल रहे.
House. Home.
हाँ, बहुत confuse कर
Light.
Industry. Industrial. Theme.
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 Theme. Industrial.
Easy. Theme.
It's a theme.
Theme.
It's a theme, but it's an industrial theme. Industrial. Industry. Industry. तो को भी नहीं आया जाना.
Industrial.
Okay, again. Theme. Theme.
Theme.
Urban.
Contemporary.
Urban.
Minimalistic.
Urban. Urban.
Boho.
Urban.
Neoclassical. You're talking about theme.
We like to stay in a city. So it's urban. Urban.
Word बोलो ना सिर्फ.
Urban. 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 तू भी I love you बोल दे जीत जाएगी.
Urban.
Plush cushions. Plush.
Brunch.
Brunch नहीं अभी. Dinner का time. The pillow.
Pillow.
Cushion.
Cushion.
Yeah.
Plush.
Cushion.
Plush.
Cushion. Plush.
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 Plush cushion.
Plush cushion.
Yeah.
Ah.
Maximalist. Maximalist. Minimalist. Minimalist design. Theme.
Theme.
Minimalist.
Word बोलो ना.
Maximalist. सब गुजराती पागल रहते हैं. Maximalist.
नहीं समझ रहा है.
Traditional. Traditional. Traditional.
This is difficult, dude. This
Cool
is not
dis-
easy.
Traditional. वो म्यूजिक की वजह से ज्यादा कंफ्यूज होता है.
Last one.
Vintage.
Vintage.
Wow.
Ma'am is the winner of this round.
Yeah.
2 points. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Win the hamper.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We understand that whole philosophy in terms of which is that project that is close to your heart.
For me, I would like to tell you that each project we do is really
Of
very
course,
close.
yes.
But
Correct.
of course, when it comes, time to choose, I cannot choose one. Actually, definitely, I think we cannot choose one. I don't want to take any name again, but because it's a politician house, so it was really fun making the house because the total free hand was given, and whatever it was, like when we were working, that the politician also had a lot of knowledge, so it was very hassle free for them. It was for us also. It was very hassle free because I should tell uncle ये करना है. He said हाँ कर देना बेटा, ये करना ही है, मतलब करना ही है, मतलब he was to invest more into yes rather than no, and only one man from the house was involved. So that's the most
Yeah.
easiest part, because I've always seen, not to diminish anyone, but if there are two, especially couples, then it gets really very difficult. So for us could be that, and there's one more project which is handed over right now. Is an NIBM. My budget is this much, and do whatever you want to do. So I think exploration was more done there, as sense of designing, and I think it was one of our most challenging,
Unique, probably.
unique and challenging, because
Yeah.
we challenged ourselves, because now we had free hand. At least the politician used to be interested, because he had that interest in doing the house. This man was very busy, so he's like, हाँ ठीक है दीदी, आपको जो सही लगे आप कर लो. Like there were too many people staying in the house, but it was again only one person handling it, and it is just very close to our heart, because it is, it has given us, we have crossed our limit of boundaries of designing, and still the house looks really very beautiful.
Where is this project done?
That is an idea.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, in 2012-13, we have done this project for one of my very close friend, and even after doing the project, he's still my close friend. Not because it was my friend's house, but yeah, it was very
No,
challenging.
we learned a lot
Yeah,
from
we
there,
learned
that
a lot.
project. Yeah.
It was complete transformation as far as the detailing or as far as the free hand given to us again. So I personally feel the projects where every architect or interior designer get a free hand, we will
Yes.
explore more, and it is our double responsibility for us that
Yes.
we don't have any place to hide. We cannot say, okay, you told me this, that's why I did that. So we cannot do that. And that was one project which really transformed us, where we learned a lot. We did a lot of exploration from technology, from material, from everything. And the best thing is we did that project in 15 months. That was a record
Yeah.
breaking time for any project probably we ever done in last probably 22 years.
So how was that first, experience, that first stitching of that first project? How did that feel?
The first project which I did for one of my very close friend again, we did their lobby in Kalyani Nagar, and that was our first project, which is Siddharth Ganga Tower, and where we did that lobby, which is a hardly, that time lobby was not a big concept. I'm talking about 2000, 2002. Their lobby was very small, only lift and one staircase or probably second
What scale
staircase.
are we talking? The space?
I'm talking
Well,
about
very
not more than
small.
700, 800 square feet.
Okay, nice. From there and now, what square feet of projects you all are doing now?
It's-
Give us the context.
It's endless, I think.
Endless,
Square
yeah.
feet wise, I don't think.
I think nowadays we design
The
a
house only we design of 30,000
30,000,
square
40,000
feet
square
house.
feet, yeah.
So that's the minimum I think we are doing now.
So how is that experience from the first project to how you are now?
First project is always close to heart.
Yeah, always.
We grown a lot as an Infinity, as Ajinkya, as a Sanam. We grown a lot with our clients. We grown a lot with their experiences using our space or
With the challenges
our
on
space
each
used
site
by,
we have.
by them or their guest or something. We have always grown in a context which is, I can say, as a forward learning or a backward learning, but a whole integration and evolve learning with the client and using their space when they are calling us probably for the post housewarming, for a dinner, or probably for a party or something. That's where you actually experience that space.
Yes.
Correct. I mean, that's the time where you get connected to what you have built
Yes.
for
Especially
them.
when the client became very emotional and they have the tears in their eyes
Yes.
when they get their dream home, because they really, anybody is doing house. I think every interior designer, especially with the new guys, they should always ask this question to themselves: will they do the same thing
Yes.
if some other designer is doing the same thing with them? And then the answer is no. I think we should not play with that project. We should not play with the scale. We should not play with any client's emotions, because somebody is putting their really hard-earned money into making that house, or
And emotions also.
their
Investing
flat
in
is
emotions
getting
also.
converted into a home. Feeling of that nurturing is not going to come out of that entire process or the entire user experience. I don't think so. A person should touch that level of project.
That's true.
So what do you have to say about this myth? People still think, some people do think that interior designers and architects are for big budget people. Do you think that's a myth, or what do you say
I don't
about
think
that?
so.
Can anyone get an
No,
interior designer?
I think, see, interior designer for every category, hiring an interior designer is very easy because of the technology or the digital media and everything. But hiring a right interior designer is definitely a different ball game, or it's a very difficult task, I can say.
Okay.
So you know how we go to two different doctors and take an opinion. Probably you can go meet 2-3 couple of interior designers. Do take an opinion about what exactly you wanted from your particular place or particular room,
Yes, yes,
whatever you're
right.
doing, and hire an interior designer according to your budget, which suits you, and who is going to understand you, who is going to give you time.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Time
as you
for that project.
As you say, I would like to answer that. Of course, you can do your house without interior designer. It's like, you getting to know knowledge about. You have a knee pain and you're treating it by yourself.
Yeah.
It's like that. You're being a doctor of your house. So basically, what happens? Anyone can do it by themselves, but it is not sustainable.
We move on to the rapid fire round.
If your office had a theme song, what would the song be?
I can say this new song with the different lyrics. Toba Toba.
Toba,
The Vicky
yeah,
Kaushal.
yeah, Vicky
one.
Kaushal one. The lyrics could be something, Tauba, Tauba, that, we are the doctors of the house, and, please have a right doctor in your house.
Okay. So
That's one song really I like. Hey Ajnabi,
To be Kabhi. So you have, I mean, some favorite like yours, other than theme song is okay. That's
I like that
nice.
song.
It's a very good
nice.
song, yeah.
Yeah. If your job title was a superhero, which superhero would it be? Iron Man.
Why Iron Man?
Why Iron Man? I mean,
Probably
Iron.
9 to 7, I'm completely heartless and I'm very straight shooter, like where I don't care, like I just want my work to happen. I just want things to move on. I just wanted to like move on from one place to another. So probably, and I have kept that small heart, that Iron Man,
It's
that
there.
little Iron Man heart. I kept it in my cabin just.
that's nice.
Ma'am, you.
Wonder Woman, of course. The same, I think, it's like whenever world needs, she's always there.
That's nice. Okay. What's the strangest client request you have ever received?
Side table पे wash basin चाहिए.
Oh my
Side table पे
God.
wash basin.
Side table पे wash basin.
Inside the side table, they want.
Okay, moving on to the next. What's a common misconception about your job? I mean, like interior designer or an architect of your field.
First is, I think everyone says that Infinity is expensive. I think it's not a myth, it's a fact. We are expensive. But I think the designer, rather than being expensive, everyone has to understand that quality is a very remembered subject where cost is always a long forgotten. I think this myth, which we never wanted to clear, okay, fine, we are expensive. We do charge a good amount of money when it comes to our consultancy charges or professional charges.
So, moving on to the next. If you weren't an architect, what would you be?
I would have been fashion designer for sure.
Ha, you give that vibe
Oh,
also.
yeah, I mean, that aura is always there.
I always wanted to do designing, and initially, as I said, I was more keen for designing like fashion, but as my house was, in the process, and I really wanted to do something in designing, I ended up into this. No,
But
you
I
could
got
have been a
selected for
politician.
I was
Politician?
just
Air Force,
gonna
or
say
if
that.
not,
That's
yeah.
why.
I would
Yeah.
have definitely been politician.
If your designs were a season, which season would it be?
Winter.
Winter.
Why winter?
I love that vibe. I love that coldness throughout the city.
Okay.
Oh, that's the perfect time to live in India, probably. Yeah.
But now the winters have also not become that winter.
Yeah.
So winter for you
Winter,
as
But
well.
I love
For
that
you
early
as well.
mornings of winter.
Yeah.
When that
that's nice.
fog,
Fog
and
is there,
everything
yeah.
is there. Yeah.
Describe your ideal workspace in 3 words.
We need a phone.
Okay.
Okay.
We need an iPad and a pencil. We need a pen and paper or a pencil.
Ha, stationery. Okay.
Stationery. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
For you, the same.
Yeah.
So y'all
Yeah.
can work anywhere.
Yeah.
should be there.
Stationery, your iPad, and
Okay.
That's it.
If you could design a house for any celebrity, who would it be and why?
I'll probably would love to design for Virat Kohli.
Okay.
And I love to design a nice a duplex or a penthouse for that guy. He really has got a man of a good taste, and I think
Ma'am, you?
one could be Alia Bhatt.
Alia Bhatt.
Alia
Why?
Bhatt.
Yeah, she's very bubbly, and I feel she have that vibe where it could be too much things happening in her house. So I can explore my designing skill as well.
If your designs were a board game, which board game would it be?
Chess.
Chess.
Black and white.
Black and white.
You also
For
chess?
him, no, not for me. For him, for sure. What's more colorful?
Ludo.
Yeah, Ludo.
Ludo.
You play Monopoly. Monopoly is very colorful.
It's not colorful, but I think Ludo is more colorful.
Cool. Last question. An advice you would like to give to the design industry?
I would like to say is that quality is the thing we should really focus. Quality, functionality with beauty. And the most important is just focus on small things, not on the bigger picture that, how the end will
Right.
look, but give a hassle-free experience to your client.
Yeah,
That's very important. I think that's the job of all the architects and interior designer.
that's nice. Sir,
I think everyone should do justice to their job or justice to their work, whether it is 100 square feet or whether it is 1 million square feet. They should do a justice to their job.
Right.
Stick to the core values of their practices about design
Yeah.
and delivery. The experience should be so good that the person should give you a repeated work, and he should become more than a client, he should become your family. That should be the whole agenda of creating the whole professional practice.
we move on to
The last
something
segment.
that the last segment. We want to ask you, how was your experience for Luxe surfaces when you entered at our Mumbai store, as well as today when you entered in the Pune store? So, what was first thought or your thinking about us as a company?
I really, when I entered the Mumbai showroom first time, I was very surprised, I was very happy. I saw really very new varieties, which I think we as an interior designer keep on looking for. I loved the way the designing is done. uh, Everything was designed really up to the mark. Was there was space to roam around as well. It's not like too many products were displayed, and each product which displays were unique, and I really loved it and I liked it. The vibe of that place is really something very different, and uh, gives you that feel that you should sit here and should also design few things.
That's nice, sir.
I think when we visited together the Lux surfaces, I personally feel it is something that every designer architect should go there. As he said that you should sit there and design there and there itself. It is so welcoming,
Yeah, it's very
so
welcoming, thoughtfully made.
thoughtfully interactive spaces, or the way the material is being displayed, it is not going inside each other. Even the Pune store is also like we're sitting here since last 2 hours. I feel that okay, fine. There are a lot of inspirational things which you can learn when you're sitting here. So
Correct.
that's
I mean, that was the whole ideology wherein the product should speak for itself.
Yes.
That was even in our DNA, like me, Varun Bhai's, we had the same thought explained to our architects that we don't want too much of clutter going on in one
Right.
space.
yeah.
There was not too many things,
Yeah.
Right.
but very जो भी display था, it was like eye catching, and we
Yeah.
could remember those things.
Especially your that Versace door, that yellow, orange, and thing. It is like really nice.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I mean, the biggest compliment is from you guys that you guys will love to come, sit down and
Yeah, of
design
course.
then and then itself.
Yes.
I mean, then we have reached somewhere because of you guys. Thanks for that.
Last question. How was your experience on Guide?
It was fun. I didn't thought it will go,
So well.
like it was like no effort, effortlessly it went, and it was all because of you both. You made us comfortable.
Yeah, that's
It
very
was
important.
really fun.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
so
you.
much.